Okay, so I have installed my Powerflex bushings, rear subframe E36 bushings, and I've also done a couple mods to this. I'm going to try to make this as easy to follow as possible, but we'll see. I've been out here way too long. Anyway, so I've installed my Powerflex bushings, rear subframe, for my E36 328i. I welded in M3 reinforcements, as you can see the welds here. So that's what that is, in case anybody wonders. So what I've done to install my Powerflex bushings is I've heard that the stock, or not the stock, but sort of the, what's it called, the washers that come with them, cup. They're thinner than the Marcar, I believe that's how you say it anyway, washers. So people suggest you don't use these. And so I've gone ahead and not used them. I've replaced them instead with these Marcar really, really thick washers. As you can see, there's one here. They're a lot beefier. They're, in all honesty, almost twice the thickness of the ones that come with the Powerflex bushings. Also a different finish and such. It might be a different steel, or maybe it's just purely a different finish. Anyway, so this is what I've done, and the reason I'm documenting this is I want to try to make sure that I've done it right. I'm going to post this. I can, I guess, update the video later saying that this is the sanctioned way, if you will. There's a couple threads, and they don't quite describe everything perfectly. They come pretty close, but I'm still a little confused. And also, I've heard a couple people say they've done different things with their installation of these. So I've done, of course, once I said the Powerflex bushings, replaced the washers that come with it with these thicker ones. And I've also, since I'm not using the stock E36 front subframe stud that goes into the unibody, I'm using the E90, which is a higher grade bolt, a little bit longer, so I hear there's better thread engagement and such. So what I've done is I've heard that some people had like wiggling issues, and the stud has a like a bolt on it. I should have one near me. I don't seem to. I guess I would edit this out, but I'm not going to probably, so bear with me for a split second. The stock stud right here has, this is the part that goes into the unibody, this is the part that hangs down for the subframe, and then this sits in between so you can tighten the stud into the unibody. Well, when you use the E90 bolts, you lose this right here, the little hex thing for tightening in. So what I've heard from someone that had issues with the wiggling and such is they put little washers on their E90 bolt to make up for this space here. So that made sense to me, especially once I welded in my M3 reinforcement, subframe reinforcement plates, because there's a slight dimple on it, so it kind of makes a valley in there, if you will. You can kind of see it surrounding the washers in there. So putting that stack made a lot of sense to me in there, and so that's what I've done there. So I essentially have, the unibody up here. I have the little stack of washers, and I have the Marcar, or whatever the hell it is, washer sitting here on top of the Powerflex bushing in the front, and then I have it sitting on the bottom here. That's a little bit bigger than I think the ones that come with the Powerflex. So there's a little bit of a lip on the front, and tiny little bit hanging right there. And then I left the right here. You can see the washer that comes with the bolts from the E90 subframe bolt, and then of course the bolt head. I don't know if people leave that there or not. I decided to. This affects my stack height, one washer thickness, whatever. I believe there's quite a bit engaging up top, and it doesn't affect the subframe this way because it's on the bottom, of course. So that's what I did in the front. In the back, as I understand, and it kind of made sense again to me, that you don't have a washer up top, especially on an M3, because the washer up top, well, let's see, the reinforcement plates almost have like a built-in huge washer that's welded to it. So I left that, of course, that's welded to the reinforcement plate that I welded in, and then ran the stock E36 bolt up through. So that's how I did it. We'll post and see what other people say. But I have to admit, this seems rock solid. It's not going anywhere. There's no wiggle anywhere. Of course, I'm not the weight of the car sitting on it, but it seems very, very solid to me. And I'd love to know what the space is up here for people that are doing the stock bushings or whatever. I don't know if if I'm level. I don't know if the whole rear subframe is level. It's probably very, very close, to where it should be. Of course, I don't know where it really should be, but my concern, I guess, is having the rear drivetrain and such slightly tilted one way or the other from where it really, really should be. I really don't know how much of a performance hit that is, putting power down to the diff or, affecting the diff internals. I seriously doubt a little tiny bit of, angular play here would really affect the suspension too much. But anyway, so that's what I've done. I'll have to see what people say. Probably post this up. Hopefully I haven't rambled too much. It's been a long, long, long day. Anyway, signing off.